So come on in, take a sip. Let's wind down. We have a 14, Contessa Marina, and this is the Primitivo di Manduria, the 14. It's a Reserva. Oh, probably in the 12 to 15 euro range. It has had just a moment to calm down since we opened it just prior to solving the New York Times. If you're a little wigged out by those grids, today's a good day. It wasn't terribly challenging, but it is only a Tuesday. They get progressively harder. But if that's something you're wanting to break into, you might enjoy that one, actually. But here we go. And it has really smoothed out over the last 20 minutes, but it's just heavy, heavy, sun-kissed, bold cassis on the nose. Very, very nice. And it's a tannic wine, but it's a slightly tannic wine. Of course, dry, or I wouldn't be drinking it. I would say that you're really not limited to just those salmons and fried foods, the fattier foods with this one. I would say that this would just about go well with anything on the savory side. Spicy would be fabulous, but really more than anything, charcuterie, cheese, get a little cheese and a little vino, as you're hanging out with your friends, having a small get together, it would be a perfect thing to do there. But yeah, I think for savory or spicy foods, you'd be in really good shape with this one, and it is not a bad one. I've seen this wine all over the planet, so I know it's available. A little on the higher side for here in Germany, so I wouldn't even be able to begin to tell you what it would run in the United Kingdom or in the States or in the Far East. I have just no idea. But it is an absolutely beautiful wine. It is fantastic. We've killed off half the bottle already, and it hadn't even made it into the evening yet. So this one's chances doesn't look too good for surviving the evening. So go ahead and give last rites and go from there. Let's see. So we have a Guardian Cryptic number 29753. And we gotten past the 740s, those 730s and 40s where it felt like we weren't getting anywhere. Now all of a sudden we're in the 50s here, and it feels like we're just really trucking along here. I think this will be the 1081st solve for us here on this channel, which is pretty amazing. And we're coming up on our 2-year anniversary, which I think is August the 20th or the 24th. Somewhere around in there. I think maybe August 20th. So it's been a long time. And we've been doing The Guardian now, some aspect of it, for over a year. And really enjoyed it. And really going a long ways with this. So it's always so much fun. But let's hop in and see what we've got. So we've got a set by Ludwig today, which is nice. I've missed Ludwig. Really ready for the next season to come out on that show. I'm getting a little desperate, as a matter of fact. But for 29753, let's just hop in and see what we got going for the day. So, one, listening to ideas yawning audibly. 8 and 5. Oh, maybe that'll come to us in a bit. I'm going to switch out bubble gum because I have that habit. Keeps me from going to go insane. One, listening to ideas yawning audibly. All right, so 2-2's Q&A challenged how things are, 6 and 3, how things are. Pâtissier's moral conduct as expressed by the Reverend. Bravo. Bravo. 4, 1, and 3. Bravo. Take a bow. And you got a bow and pâtissiers. I mean, I can see it working. What we got here? Confers great honor upon what foreign actor does. So I guess we're talking about dubbing someone into a knighthood or dubbing over voices. So dubs. Clever. Clever, Ludwig. Clever. One, listening to ideas yawning audibly. a D here. Is this perhaps an N? Quiche Eaters Society included Amal Rajan as an example. Amal Rajan is on BBC. We're both big fans of his reporting, anchoring. We're not talking Christian Amanpour, but close. No idea. I have doubts and cover entirety of bad spa town that's upwardly mobile. Okay. Well, so we're going to go unkempt, like a U.S. president on 2 separate occasions. Well, how about bushy? But really, wouldn't it be 3 separate occasions? Because, you know, you had Bush Sr., then you had W twice. 2 terms. I don't know. I don't know what that should be. Okay, I got an A and a U in here, and so Shotzi, see, this is where all of a sudden I say to myself, so Tutu's Q&A challenge how things are. So Tutu's, I don't have a clue, but see, I see A blank U, and I see that we got a 6 and 3, so I'm going to go for a status quo. How things are. That's how the Yank does it. Part of the problem, workshop inquirate with rector. So workshop incapable of establishing a quorum without the rector. Part of the problem. We got a Q, blank Q. Part of the problem, taking me back to our maths. I'm going to go with the equation, see what that does for us. Having disrobed B. Arthur lit wee pipe. Got an S, 3 blanks and a D. Oh, a sounding board. 1 listening to ideas. All right, sounding, yawning audibly. So sounding board, yawning. Oh my God, that's a great one. Well done, sounding board. Okay, and I got to go back up here to B. Arthur's lit wee pipe. I'm thinking this is a urethra, and I think that's hilarious. Having disrobed B. Arthur lit wee pipe. Yeah, urethra. Okay, got it. This looks like it's a news something. Could be. Don't know what's going on with the bad spa town. Amal Rajan could be a newsman, but including Amal Rajan, maybe newsmen. I'm not sure how I should conjugate that. Have doubts and cover entirety of bad. Huh. Protective material later found to be explosive. I'm surprised to be in large buildings supplying financiers. Aviatrix, very canceled, needing replacement, but what is she piloting? Air, very canceled, needing replacement. Well, let's try an air taxi. Welsh struck by Yorkshire seaside town. We were just talking with a couple from East Yorkshire that actually tune into and watch the New York Times. And there's a ton of Yanks that are watching The Guardian. So, you know, yeah, we're all over the place here, right? So, and I love that. We were talking about going to, hopefully it'll come to me. We're talking about, Jerry and I both want to go to the English East Coast at some point. Just beautiful stuff we've seen up there. Yeah, I don't know yet. I'm surprised I don't know. Okay, Italian madam said something like sheesh. Sheesh. Well, we got a D. Let's go with bella donna. No. Have doubts and cover entirety of bad spa town that's upwardly mobile. Huh. Financiers. Well, we were just watching Lord Julian Fellowes' latest installment last night at the Gilded Age, and if you haven't been watching that, it's good. Really is good to see the robber barons, and I feel like we're watching the Vanderbilts. And they married off their youngest to one of the duchies there in England, and I can't remember who that was. The Duke of, I don't know, Sussex maybe? Cornwall? I have no idea.
I was trying to remember and I can't remember.
Protective material later found to be explosive. We got 6 and 4. You think we could probably a bubble wrap here? Because we got B blank B. And it is explosive. It's addictively so. If you think about it. Upwardly mobile. Small, smile, smell a rat. Smell a rat. Takes me a minute. Now I'm going to see if I can figure out what that means. Okay, so smell a rat. Have doubts and cover entirety of bad spa town that's upwardly mobile. No, I've got a clue. Whitby. I think it's called Whitby we were looking at. I don't know if you recall that, Shotzi, but we were looking around there for places to go, and I think Whitby was one we liked. I think.
For what?
For our little English East Coast getaway. So, fluid words to live by, bold in retrospect, let's drink. I think I see it in here. Fluid words to live by, bold in retrospect, of course. Or it wouldn't be in the Guardian Cryptic. And let's drink, 7 and 2, starting with a B. I'm thinking bottoms up, right? I mean, it just seems like something that we would have in here. Watch me be totally wrong and just make a total arse of myself, but hey, I'm trying. This may put you on edge. Small Tex-Mex pancake stuffed with inappropriate meat. I'm just surprised that Tex-Mex is a thing in the UK. That's kind of cool. A little diaphanous top. Yeah, we'll probably want to forego that unless y'all got some tourist and just turned him into an expat, right? You know, some fella from San Antonio that I'm like, okay, maybe it's legit, right? A little diaphanous top, gaping, that'll do now. A little frilly, dainty top. Diaphanous sounds better. That'll do now. No idea. Don't know what this is either. Regular characters in Jamaican on ice. One day in Paris, scratching rear that's pear-shaped. Pear-shaped. And of course scratching a rear. Hey, bottoms up, right? Scratch away. Let's go with an ingenue. And somewhat naive. Like softening net zero targets. Lead character in Zorba. Zeta? No idea. No idea whatsoever what that is. Let's see. Grilling technique in which heat regularly turned up. And I don't know. I guess I need to let it stew a little bit more. Okay, so we've got 4333. Writing happy birthday or something else that's sweet. Against welcoming riotous rowdy musicians. One who'll have to share is tragically heroic. Start to consume last of the fine Rioja. Spanish red. We almost had one of those today. I opted for the Italian. 3 and 4. Maybe start to consume, maybe eat into. And what do we got here? Singer aloud in pub, quite the reverse. Lie about where the booze is stored. That'll get the message across. We're getting really close to where we have to just start guessing wildly. A little diaphanous top gaping. That'll do now. Somewhat naive, like softening net zero targets. Grilling technique. So in which heat regularly turned up. If I'm thinking police, grilling, interrogation, good cop, bad cop. Okay. I have to sometimes work through these things. Good cop, bad cop. Let's hope it works. A little diaphanous. Regular characters. I don't know how that would work. On ice. Regular. Canonic? I mean, I'm just looking at what I've got to work with here now. I don't know. None of this is really coming to me because Ludwig's done such a fabulous job. And this looks like staccato to me, which is a almost militaristic rat-tat-tat drum beat. This may put you on edge. Small Tex-Mex pancake stuffed with inappropriate meat. We'll go with staccato. I mean, I don't know what else to do. And so somewhat naive. This looks like it could be greenish, i.e. net zero targets. I really like it when I can get these based on the whole clue. So that'll do now. Looks like it could be a stopgap. And lie about where the booze is stored. That'll get the message across. No idea. One who'll have to share is tragically heroic. So, one who'll have to share. Writing happy birthday or something else that's sweet. So, I'm assuming I have an ing. So, maybe icing. Okay, icing on the cake. Maybe? Singer aloud in pub? No. Against welcoming riotous, rowdy musicians. So musicians could be virtuosos. Lie about where the booze is stored. That'll get the message across. This looks like optic. Fiber optic? No, y'all do RE. Okay.
No, we all
You'll do. Well, you do. Or, like I can't. It's not. In fact, I find myself doing OUR on everything now. It can't just be color or favorite, normal, Yank, normal, right? It's going to be OUR. What is happening to you? It's the Guardian Cryptic. It's just doing this to me. One do I have to share? Oh, this is a co-air, I bet you. Which is kind of funny, because you kind of have this heroic thing in there. Singer aloud in pub, quite the reverse. I have not got a clue what this is. I wouldn't even know where to begin to guess. So I think it's probably best if we just ask Bob how we've done and check with what we've already done and what we know we've done. So how do we do, Bob? I don't see any holes anywhere except where I left one. So if I had to just guess here, singer aloud in a pub, quite the reverse. I mean, I don't know. So we'll go ahead and reveal that sucker. What do we got? A linnet. That little, it's a finch or something, isn't it? A wren, finch, something like that. Little bitty bird. I think we got one that steals macadamias here. Well, I still don't see it. Singer aloud in pub, quite the reverse. I guess you wouldn't allow that specific bird in the pub. I mean, I guess I'm going to have to read through the comments to figure this one out, but I'll do my research. I can assure you. I didn't get a lot of the canonic here either. Like, regular characters, okay, got that. In Jamaican on Ice, and I'm looking at, I can't really anagram that. I see that he's given us quite a few anagrinds in here today. But yes, some of it was just straight up, flat out guessing. Like, I don't get the staccato reference at all, and I'm not saying that I should. I'm just saying that I don't. And I never was much for Tex-Mex pancakes, so maybe that's missing out on that particular ingredient. Anjou was great. Some of these were really fantastic clue answer combinations. I'm sure they all were for the very brilliant amongst you. That is to say, Musty and LT and all of you who really get this. But for those of us who are still noobish, no. But be honest with you, I'm quite happy that we got where we did. And I think the lead character in Zorba being a Zeta, that's a typical thing in New York Times. So, but I was glad to see it here, right? Just throw in the Z, let's just call it good, right? Put the Z in Greek, right? So even better. We're reading our Benny or Dad do, and we'll call it good. It's just been a real pleasure today. Thank you all so very much. I'm seeing a lot of subscriptions and a lot of activity coming from the Guardian. So I really think that's really kind of fun, right? Usually the activity doesn't pick up until like the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday group, but just to see the higher numbers is kind of nice. And it's just always so good to be here and to learn so much and to not even realize that I'm learning stuff when I'm here, especially on how I prefer to spell things. So just excellent all the way around. But until we see you tomorrow for the Wednesday grid, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Wir wünschen Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss, Servus, Grüß Gott, ciao, Cin-Cin, be well out there. Be great to strangers, especially those behind you in line. And we will see you on the morrow. Until then, just be well. Take care. Cheers.